This is Calcat the Calcatster, and Crotch Meringue as the Batman in the studio, and we were watching the slideshow presentation. There's Crotch, and Crotch is the Batman. He's the shadow of the bat, and yeah, here he is. Yes, I am the shadow of the bat. And the reason that my voice sounds a little bit like Cowpoke is that kind of he's the same dude. Yeah, so Cowpoke was also there. But yes, and he's talking about he's the shadow of the bat. He's the bat dipped in shadow. And actually, during the Shadow of the Bat comic books from the 90s, Batman's look when he was on the street as a street guy, and also Robin's look was a street guy. He had a hoodie. So actually that costume is actually accurate to the 90s style and early 2000s style Batman, the Shadow of the Bat comic book. Anyway, so Cowpoke is up in the studio, and here he's talking about stuff he's done. There's a video. Every year they have some of the photography people come in there, and they have them do photo shoots in the hotel room lobby and down that corridor and down the way, because it looks pretty. Even though the railing's kind of broken and coming off, and it looks kind of janky if you just go upstairs, but some of that part of it's all right. So the back lobby still looks all right. So that's the back lobby. That's the side entrance. And here we have a bunch of a film crew doing the film stuff. And here we have the Belle and the Cinderella. Yeah. Candid shot. No, I wasn't going to get kicked out. They weren't hotel patrons. They were hotel people, but they weren't. That wasn't a filming thing with the shot there. They were done. Anyway, so we got Cowpoke posing like the ladies, and trying to look sexy. It makes him look like he's double chinned because he's using a selfie. He's not. He's just using a selfie. Now come on over here to the outside, and here we are out in the street. And there's the bear. And there's the Schmick's Steakhouse. And yeah, so there's some anime people hanging out, doing things. There's a Bane. We'll try to point out some of these characters. There's a lady in Almost Nothing. Excellent. But yes, there were all kinds there. There was a couple of other shows going on. Some of the people that were running the anime show. There's a Wolverine. From Logan Wolverine. Some of the anime people went out and were doing an actual outdoor concert show thing. It's one of the groups. I heard a bunch of the name Yang or Kazi or something. But anyway, the group was out there doing improv, and they were letting people come up and do improv for them. That's what was going on. So it was it was an improv thing. That's a little clipped there because we really didn't get any footage of them. Yeah, it's not working. And there's the snake that went by. The snake. Even though I believe now is the year of the dog. So, yeah. That's from something else. I know it's not from that, but yeah. Sure. Fanime. Going on to Fanime, and lots of characters and funky people going about. And there is your moment of Zen. It's the guy from yesterday, but from the front. As you can tell. And there were a few people that were recognizable from church. Different and there was one ex-job club person. There was another person. There's one right there. Two, I should say, at this point. Yeah, and then I was pointing out this here story about the. Yesterday I'd mentioned that the men's bathroom there, you don't really see like trans people walk into the men's or the women's bathroom and go like I identify as a boy or girl to shark people and be gross, but rather just to use the bathroom. But in this case, a trans male walked into the men's room, went into the stall, and these other two fellas that come in, they were like, oh my goodness, and they were like a little bit uncomfortable. They were skittish, and one asked the other, "Is that okay? If that trans dude, was that a lady that just went in there? Is that okay?" And I was like, I guess so. I don't know. It's Fanime, I guess. Ooh, but it was not a chick. It was a trans man that went into the stall to pee. So then I was pointing out that not only could he hear them because he just went in the stall, he hear them, but then I promptly said that, well, he was kind of cute. Maybe you guys should ask him out. Then I walked out because he was. Yeah. I don't want him, but you guys can have him. You're obviously worried about it. Yeah. I didn't say that part. I said, he's kind of cute. And I walked out. I don't swing that way, but to quote the Hidden Figures movie, I sees fine in every color. Somebody's cute. But yeah, so that's basically what's going on. And no, he was a white dude. He wasn't black like in the movie. Yeah, playing again. All right, so yeah, so Fanime Con going on to about 7 minutes here. The game room. You have to kill all the audio when doing these commentary tracks because then we'll get flagged. The music online, even though the audio and music in the game room. There's a lot of people in the game room at this point. They move some things around. They seem to know what they're doing. I have no idea, other than they had some old school stuff there playing, and some new school stuff. They had old monitors out, and they were playing on them, and that's a man with his shirt off. Yeah, there's a creature, and there's lots of those around. And I don't know half the anime characters that are popping up in this thing, but they do. They're there. If it's superheroes, I kind of recognize it for the most part. There was like 3 or 4 different Ricks from Rick and Morty, which was interesting. Those tables are actually being used for to be some version of dominoes, a version of matched with blocks and dice, but not Star Trek Chimera, as I joked on the other video. And here is a pool shark character from Dead Red Redemption or something like that. And I was commenting that he wouldn't really have played pool. I don't know that for sure, but anyway, so I'm in the game room, commenting on the game room and what I just commented on, really. I mean, yeah, so being in the game room, people coming over on my right and my left. Oh, there's a T-Rex. There's a moment of zen, but it's a gray one. It's a grayish blue one. Sure. Yeah. There's apparently 2 of them. There's an orange one as well. So there's T-Rex, and he's chasing somebody, which is funny. I think you could see. But yeah, laughing about it. He's chasing him. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I did not think that this was going to be as long as the other one. It's only a minute and a half shorter than the other one yesterday. Here's near the where the guy with the crappy toys was, but this was a person in a suit. With the guy, there was a guy and a little kid, but I think it was with the other guy. The dude, not with the side. So they do reproduce in fandom. They do that. They get together with other members of fandom and they procreate. They go possibly in hotel rooms during conventions. But yes, like a bunny rabbit. My cat ears. Let's get another set. But yeah, I don't want to lose them somewhere, so I'm just going to keep them here. But yeah, there's some funny hats. So here we have people walking about and headless people that have been dismembered. Kill them all. I cannot confirm directly the existence of any one specific person from the original cast or the other people I've encountered directly by name. If I mentioned their names, they would probably complain. I wasn't there. Because, of course, there were religious zealots outside complaining about the convention again. I didn't get any footage of them because I didn't want to entertain them. Or what they were shouting. Yeah. But that was later on. And I'm pretty sure I got at least one or two shots of at least one of Drea's live cast friends and LARP, live action role play friends, if not two or three, all dressed up in a different costume this time around. Yeah, so I don't know them all either. So even if they walked up to me and said hi, I would say hi, and then I have no idea who that was. But yeah. But yeah, a little more lively. At least 800 people in this one room here, and maybe upwards of 10,000 in the whole thing running around. It seemed like it. It may have been closer to 8,000, but there was an awful lot of people, more than Comic-Con, and not much LineCon at this version, because they just do the badge thing. You just walk in. It works better. As long as you have the badge, you can walk in. So, yeah, not everybody's dressed up. You don't need to be dressed up. There's another me hoodie. So, some other Shadow of the Bat fans. There's another one. Cool. Yeah, I don't even have the comics, but I like to say Shadow of the Bat. Okay, these egg things are prize boxes, and they are $55 each, and you don't know what you're going to get, so you're paying for the package. No way, not going to do that. It's like I would rather just buy the guy's merchandise than buy his surprise eggs, which probably don't have anything in them. Well, if he said there wasn't anything in them, that would be bad. But maybe he does, but I just didn't want to do that. Okay, here's the dancers. They came back, and with the other two dance crews showed up. Girls all join us again like yesterday, and I was like, yeah, I'd probably break my neck or something. I don't want to do it again. That was a spur of the moment thing, jumping around. Besides, it was concrete. Like outside, the other floor wasn't concrete. Yeah, that's what I'm commenting about. I think there. I was like, yeah, I would have done more of that, but no, I'm gonna die. But there was other stuff. Oh yeah, these guys did a show, impromptu show. They had movie Deadpool and second movie Spider-Man and comic book Deadpool, and the three of them get into a fight with Shinjaro Yoshi over there in the corner, and but he kicks the shit out of him and then turns around. And he's like, okay, he's dead. No, kill him. And the other guys are like, no, wait, let's pose first. And they're all like, no, wait. This other guy is like the bouncer, and he stood over there, and this guy pretended like he just killed Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man. But then Amazing Spider-Man jumped out, did a backflip. It was really cool. And then he danced around, and if you remember, she kind of danced around next to him and grabbed his crotch. And then the other Chikara guy ran the other way, and that was it. And then Deadpool was like, what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving. Deadpool sort of like circled around and came back, and I guess he's still doing it because he didn't leave. Yeah. And they were screaming at one point. The lady told them to scream. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened there. So it was a little live action role play. That may have been one of the story friends doing that. Because it looked like Spider-Man was kind of hot there. Like, it's probably a chick. That'd be funny. There's Robert Stoner. I can say the name. Guy from the Job Club. Yeah, I have permission to say that name. Ah. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, he's not here in the studio. I'm just saying, picture. But here's another guy. Another guy outside. Jumped outside. Transitions are weird in this, but that's okay. It's not really a movie. It's sort of a video slideshow. So now we're outside and showing some interesting anime. And some of the characters are just made up. So I'm not the only one. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Another furry. Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I said, the Fantastic Mr. Fox. And he nodded. Yes, I've heard of that. And then I went to the backyard. I was being followed by a couple of people from the con, but they ducked into the Erics. And I went to the backyard, and now I'm commenting here on the backyard. It's Clint Cowpoke saying that a cute little Nubian lady, what's in there, was one of the wait staff. And she was probably, since she had a bald head, well, she probably wasn't interested in boys, let's say. But anyway, she was cute. I noticed it. But maybe she's straight. I don't know. It's just unusual for a straight lady to have short hair. Maybe she's doing the Sinead O'Connor look. I don't know, but she's cute. It's like Cajun style. Now the other lady was just a motherly looking, matronly lady that was like 60. So she wasn't interesting. Anyway, so there you go. That's what that was. And then we're at the San Jose Museum of Art, where technically my first acting stuff started. No, contrary to beliefs, contrary to rumors, I was not in a Toys R Us Kids commercial. Look up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. That would have been one of my nieces or nephews. It wasn't me. But yes, a long time ago. Anyway, so that wasn't me. I wasn't the Milpitas monster in the background, though. So was one of my siblings. So was my dad. And now we're going up the haunted staircase, the escalator, and yeah, it was haunted. It was making rattling noises. Of course, you can't hear it because there's no sound. But there was music playing. We come up to the top of the thingy. And I believe everybody's lined up for their line cons, waiting for their panels, which are always Fanime in the other building. And I was going to go to the Queer History of Fandom, that are known as the shipping panel. And I got a selfie in the panel and commenting on it. And the lady from last year who was in the Sailor Moon panel was commenting, was wondering, kept turning around and going, why are you in here? Which was bizarre. In the Sailor Moon panel too. She was freaking out. She was paranoid. So I was in the Queer Fandom panel, which basically is slash and shipping fiction. It's also called shipping fiction of Xena mainly, a little bit of Steven Universe and Star Trek, and it was commenting that the Steven Universe already lends itself to that anyway because it's directed by Sugar, who just puts the slash in the story, so it's technically writes itself. One thing that was interesting that I pointed out to the Slash lady after the show was that DeForest Kelley commenting that he liked the Slash fiction written about him and Spock makes perfect sense, because DeForest Kelley was actually gay, just like George Takei was, and he liked that. So yeah, he didn't mind. He said, "Of course they would have sex." Not me personally, of course. Nimoy was straight, but yeah, the characters, they totally do it. Sulu didn't like that too much in the new one. He's like, "No, don't do that." But yeah, somebody was complaining about like, did I go in there as a straight guy before? I don't know why chick was freaking out. It was one of Dre's friends, I think. I think that's who that was. So, why is he always here? The queer panel. I want this queer panel to just be about me, not about someone else. It's like, no. It's like, it was like, no, what are you doing in here? This is our panel, not yours. It's like, what? I bet that lady doesn't write shipping fiction. I used to. Transformers and Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Mark's Cards and I used to do that stuff on those the Reddit sites and stuff years ago. The early version of the early internet. Saved most of them somewhere. Ours at least. I don't know if I saved any of theirs, but yeah, so we have some of that around. And I saved recently the Transformers fanfic ring that I saved on a computer to do later when I published the 2003 self-published in-house, the 2003 Transformer thing, which were Slash stories. Some of them were Transformer Slash. And I have those. I've saved them. So I will later post them, but I'll have to give bylines to whoever wrote them originally. I haven't worked that out yet. But I did use one of them as the rough basis for a Robotech thing that just came out. So yeah, the Endless Shadows Rising has elements of Slash in it from the Transformers Robotech Slash. So it's canon. There's elements of it in there. You can tell the whole Edwards Hunter thing is like, did he kind of like him? Because it didn't reciprocate. Hunter didn't like him, but Edwards did. Oh man, I stopped it again. Okay, hold on. Okay, and we're still going. And the panel, and we have characters doing their thing. And we were at 23, 31. Yeah. Traveling music. So there are a few seconds off, but there's really nothing. I was commenting that this a lascivious kiss would be a funnier title than the other one. Kinda, yeah. Lascivious was the name of Locutus of Borg in the parody, Slash parody. They were more like Slash parodies. And now I'm behind the improv things. I can, in the other window, and I can see the improv going on, and in the far distance, the Zealots. And here we have, of which some people from the church were complaining about. Maybe that's who that was in the panel. Maybe it was one of the people from the church group, and she was like, "What are you doing in the queer panel? Because you're supposed to be like straight at the church." Maybe that's what that was, which is strangely ironic because then she was there. LGBT friendly. I went there because I was friendly to the LGBT community. That's why I went there. I'm not actually, I don't swing that way, but except on occasion, oh my. No, here is an impromptu band playing some synth pop, Japanese J-pop stuff. Yeah, I think that's what that was. I don't think it was Korean. I think it was Japanese. It wasn't K-pop, it was J-pop. And I'm not sure why they had their band off to the side where no one could see it. A little corridor. There's not as many corridor walks just because there's more people than last year. And doing the corridor house travel really doesn't work too well. But yeah, here's some Transformers that are actually really cool. And some Diaclones. And they're many of masterpieces. And that's a brand name. And they're like masterpiece, but they're like studio model. And there we have a rare Diaclone reissue of a red Mirage, which the original G1 red Mirage or red tracks are impossible to find. They would be thousands of dollars. So that copy there, cool anyway. So yeah, this is, I ran into Jennifer's sister, Maria, from Junk Swan. Ex-Junk Swan, years ago. And she was there. And yeah, so she was like, yeah, you know each other from somewhere? I thought you were Jennifer Stevens. She's like, that's my sister, Maria. I was like, oh, okay. Hi. Hello. She walked off. So yeah, that was cool. So Jung Swan, ex-Jung Swan person was there. Yeah. She didn't want to chat. She probably thought it was still over there. Nope. No, but Kitty Key will probably show up tomorrow. Kitty. Nah. I was like, no. Paparazzi. Not really. So here we have the other dinosaur. I was showing that dinosaur. I walked up to him and I said, you should go and meet the grayish one, the gray one, because the gray-blue one. Hang out and have a fight. Could be what happened, though, is hours earlier, that could be the same costume, maybe, and they just flipped it. Probably not, though. There's probably two of them. And maybe they're part of like a gang, like a group that's going to battle later. Yeah, so lots of hats and shirts and dice and things. The hats are really museum pieces, though. They look very delicate. Yeah, it's very unique to the con. There's not really a lot of other amenities. Yeah, so certainly the dealer's room here going along. There's a moment of zen. That was a critter. And there's your moment. I am the moment of zen. I have cat ears on my head. They don't really match too well. They're a little too yellow. It's my hairstyle. But what I'm figuring is get the tail and find like a nose Halloween costume. Beginnings of a fucking awesome Halloween costume. So, cool. Yeah. And that would be a furry friendly. I wouldn't be a furry. Because I don't have a fursuit. Now, yeah. There's some odd pictures in there. I'm not sure if I intended to take those pictures. But we're going to leave it in because it's funny because I got the ears. And what I'm commenting on is every time they have an anime cat person with cat ears, like at the convention, they never put them on right. They always want to put the cat ears or the bunny ears right up on top of their head. So like, oh, look, they stand out. But actually, it would be more like Vulcan ears. They would be extensions of your actual ears. So they would be on the side of the head and up, right where the ears are. Yep. Because a human doesn't have a muzzle. Nor does it have, like, predator prey eyes going like this. Human face doesn't stretch out like a cat would. So, yeah. So he'd have Vulcan ears. And I kind of want to leave the ears home because I don't want to lose them. But yeah, I do come part of the Fanime. So yeah, we've got some interesting characters and things, and more of them. Yeah, Fanime Con looks exciting and fun. I think that it went well, and walking around, and apparently I did more than I thought. More characters than I thought, and new and unusual people. It was not as hands-on as last year. There were 2 large panels last year with the Nostalgia Critic, and yeah. So this video is, of course, the thing. And we're not really going to go into any of that. I know, because that was last year. That's all. As I said in the commentary on the other one. All right, so we're gonna get to the end of this here, and yeah, there's very little like left over. There's some character stuff. There's okay. Coming up here is the park thing that was going on. And that's interesting. Around the park, there are some other shows going on. The cat ear guy. They almost looks like pigtails. Like I've got like girly pigtails. I look cute. Oh my goodness. If only I had like a bouffant on top. Because I'm totally bi. Oh my god, I look like some kind of like aging hippie. Now here I'm commenting on the Lolita fashion show panel. That I'm not going to go down the bunny trail to talk about the Lolita fashion show panel. It is not based on the 70s movie or the 90s remake, which was about, let's say, porn, where the actresses would pretend to be minors. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. That's not what the fashion show was about. They just took the name because it was shocking. They wanted the name, the idea of that kind of idea without actually them being. I'm sure they were 18 and older. So that's, yeah, I didn't want to go there with that one. So now I'm walking through the hotel the hotel lobby, going around the other side. And that back was a side entrance before, so that was going outside entrance. I just want to make sure I'm on the right side of the street, otherwise I'm like down the block. It's a big, big hotel. And now, that's the end of 2. There, done.